So the first thing you're going to need is FLOETROL. So I used bright aqua green from the LIQUITEX Basics. It's a nice acrylic brand, very vibrant colors. I used 2 squirts because I'm going to do a third of FLOETROL. I'm using brilliant purple. And the reason why I'm doing like 2 squirts is because I'm going to use a third of the FLOETROL and I want a pastel color. So I need it to be light, so the less paint I use, the lighter it will be. So I'm reusing all of my materials from my previous project. It's more environmental friendly, so that's the reason why there's paint and everything. So I'm adding magenta. So I'm adding just a little bit more purple. So it's time to add the FLOETROL. Now most people add water with it, but I'm not. I'm just gonna use the FLOETROL and see if it'll give me the cells that I need. And so I'm basically gonna do everything in thirds. So I filled this up about halfway. And then I'm gonna put a third of FLOETROL with the paint. So a third of the cup, so very little. So I'm going to do the same with the purple. So I'm going to use the last part for the green. So I'm going to reuse my popsicle sticks. Now I'm going to mix it to it gives me a viscosity that's not too watery and not too thick. Now certain colors will be lighter than others because of the titanium dioxide in it. So sometimes you'll have to go back and add more pigment to get the colors that you need. This is the reason why some paints are heavier than others, because the ingredients in them are all different. Like some paints will sink to the bottom and some will float at the top. Now I'm mixing the purple. You can see the pigment lightens up a bit with the FLOETROL. It dilutes it. So the more FLOETROL you put, the more your paint is diluted. It's all about ratio. Now I'm going to put everything into 1 cup. So I'm going to add the purple first. So now it's time for the green. You'll see it's layering on top of each other. Now I'm adding the pink. And I chose to put this on top because it is the lighter color. So now I'm going to flip cup. I have to flip everything all at once for this method. And I'll hold on to it. And I'll release it all at once. So now I'm going to get those pesky corners because those are going to be the hardest to even out. The paint's going to want to run up to the side. So I'm trying to get all the paint out of my cup. I like this canvas on the floor because I can get as messy as I want with all these painting projects. So now it's time to distribute all the paint. So I'm going to go basically from corner to corner, trying to get everything to cover. I'm glad I didn't add water. It's pretty runny. Now for the last few corners, those are the hardest. You really have to kind of flip everything over. I don't know what I'm doing right there. But okay, there we go. And I like the cells. The cells are starting to form as I'm distributing everything. Almost done. So I'm gonna let this dry. So I put it on a tiny little solo cup, and I'm gonna add heat just to see if some cells will pop up. Now I only did this for like 5 seconds. It was a little too strong, but I noticed a little bit more cells popped up over time. So I bought this heat gun for resin art, but I decided to use it for this video. Now, this is the up close and personal. So now you can see all of the cells that formed. I like how the pink popped out. It's very light right now, but I know once it dries, it'll darken a little bit more. I liked how this turned out. It was pretty simple for me to do for the first time, and I would like to try with water and also the 3-cup method next.